So let's change it here from false to true, and we need the fields. So for the first one is employee ID, and employee ID needs to be required. So let's get the same thing from the attendance. So here we have the same thing. So the employee ID needs to be required and needs to exist inside the employee table. Okay. So next we have also another field which is start date. So let's add it here. So start date. So let's check the holidays migration. So you have start date and date notes and status, and that's all okay. So for the start date is required and needs to be dates. We have also another field which is the end dates. And end dates is required, and the dates and also needs to be like we have done here, needs to be after or equal this field which is start date. Okay, so let's add it here. So it needs to be after or equal to start date. And we need also the what else? We need notes. So let's add here notes, and notes. So are not required. So let's add only a max of 500, and we need status. And status, so we have already defined the values that will take status, which are pending, approved, and rejected. So we need status to be in, pending, approved, and rejected. So those are the status that we will accept. So we will accept pending, approved, and rejected. Okay. So now we are done with the add. So let's move. So I think we have added the update. So we have already added. Let's first copy from here because we will need the same fields or the same roles. So we have already the updates here. So let's change it here from false to true and paste everything here. So we have the first field which is the employee ID. So it's the same thing. Same thing for start date and end date, and max is 500, and status same thing. So let's save. So it's best practicing to use every method request. Okay, so for the update and add. So don't use same validation requests for both methods. Okay, so it's best practicing to use for every method of validation requests class. Okay, so now we have done with the validation request. So let's add the routes. So let's move to our routes file and paste everything here, and the only thing we need to do is to change from attendances to holidays, and here from attendance to holiday controller. But here we need the show method, so we will remove accept because we need the show method. Okay, so now we are done. So we have the validation requests, and we have also the holiday, or we have the routes. Okay, so next what we need to do, so we need this. So let's move to our sidebar. So we need to do the same thing like we have done with attendances. So let's remove, or not remove, but let's copy and paste here and change it from attendances to holidays. And for the icon, let's use person walking row right. So save. So I think we will get the same error that we had before, which is the cache. So let's run the command again. So to clear the cache, so to avoid the error that we had before, which told us that the route doesn't exist, even though we have our routes. So let's refresh the page. So as you can see now we have holidays here. So if I click here, so I will get an error telling us that the employee variable is not defined, because here inside the index page, so we have the employee. So let's start first with create, and later we will come back to the index page.